Good morning, everybody. Hello. It's almost afternoon here. I'm on the Eastern time zone, so good morning, early happy afternoon. How's everybody doing? You've gotten you a good night's rest, I hope, and you're looking to start the day in a way that best honors you and how you feel right now. And so I wanted to do a check in with everybody to see how you're feeling, see where your thoughts are leading you, see where your feelings and emotions are directing you. And I want to be that big sis that comes to check on you to make sure you're doing okay, and you're going to finish this day strong. So I got my warm beverage. I have something nice and cozy around my shoulders. Honestly, it's like a big hug. And that's why I wear these shawls so much, because it just feels like a big hug without it being too intrusive for me. So, as you guys know, I was on yesterday trying to figure this whole new platform out. I had to get a new platform, so I'm using it today. So, I'm interested to know what you think. Make sure you leave comments below. I'm going to try my best to see them today, and hopefully that works out. So, let's go ahead and get started with our our time today. So, because of everything that's going on right now, again, I just want to be here to be soothing and guiding presence for you all, because I know as empaths and highly sensitive people, we feel things really very deeply, very, very deeply. We think about things, and sometimes we tend to ruminate in those things that we're thinking about, and it's hard to pull ourselves back out of that. Um, and so today, I just want to be a gentle redirection, a gentle guide, and to give you a beautiful and a gentle way forward. If you are someone right now that is struggling right now with what I am going to label it as grief, mourning, sadness. And so, if you're hanging around me and on my channel, you know that I'm both an empath and a highly sensitive person. And that comes with its gifts, but that also comes with things that I need to make sure that I'm aware of so that I can keep myself emotionally and mentally safe and stable and be in that well-being category, because I'm telling you, life will come like this, right? And if it's not one thing, it's another, as my mother and grandmothers and grandfathers used to say all the time. Goodness. Today I want to make us aware of the three top things that really paralyze empaths and highly sensitive people when we're dealing with this feeling of malaise or mourning or sadness or grief, and just to give us a gentle way forward from that. Now, I'm someone, I believe in the power of positive thinking, but what I don't do is gaslight myself into being positive when everything in my mind, my body, and spirit is not in that space. I'm very much a person that believes in honoring what you are feeling, allowing your mind and body to process that, but to make sure you're doing it in such a way that you are compassionately allowing yourself to feel it and move through it. And the move through it part, that's very personal, and it's person by person. There is no set amount of time. If it takes one person a week and it takes another person 10 years, that's each of their business. As long as it's not paralyzing you and stopping you from living your life. Now, when it begins to get problematic, that's when I feel like having the extra layer of support would be very beneficial. Because let's just face it, nobody wants to deal with this alone, even though things in your body and your mind may be saying, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to deal with anything. I hope that you can reach out to somebody that you feel safe with. Even if you have to hire a professional to help you process everything, I hope you, at least right now in this moment, have one safe person that you can reach out to and talk to. And if you don't, you always have me. I'm here for you, and I'm happy to be here for you. So, three top ways that grief can paralyze empaths and highly sensitive people. And the first thing is emotional overload. When something devastating happens, or if you get disappointed with whatever, but it's to the degree that it stops you in your tracks. Oh my goodness, the emotional overload that comes with that can really make you just stop and not know, do you go left, right, up, down? What do I do? Help me through this. Again, you're not only feeling your personal grief and your personal sorrow, but more than likely you are taking in and absorbing everyone else's pain and sorrow around you. And while on one end, that's a tremendous gift and it can help you to better connect with people, when you are dealing with your own disappointments, griefs, and sorrows, you want to make sure that you're mindful that some of the emotions that you're feeling, or the degree to which you're feeling it, it may not be all of yours. So be mindful of that as you're processing and working through these heavier energies. You want to make sure that the emotional overload that you're feeling is not you taking on the collective feeling, the feeling of those in your immediate environment, or just anyone else's, right? You want to make sure that you are feeling what you feel, honoring that, and setting yourself up in a way that helps you to move through it in your own time and in your own way. And so, a gentle way forward with that would be set aside some time specifically so that you can acknowledge your grief. I know that sounds weird. Most people tell you, try not to think about it. Yeah, well, I don't know how many times that's really actually helped anybody to not think about it. So set aside some time to honor that grief, to acknowledge it, because grief comes in waves, right? One day you may be totally fine, and then the next minute it knocks you off your feet because it's all you can think about. But if you're in that space, honor it. Be compassionate and kind towards yourself. One of the things that I like to do when I'm in that headspace is I like to light my white candle. It just, again, I like the whole routine and ritual of things. So just having something simple like that, or a picture, whatever is meaningful for you, do that. Now, the next thing that catches empaths off guard would be the physical fatigue that comes with grief. And oh my goodness, I can just imagine my friends right now who tend to be on the empathic side. I'm the helper, I'm the go-to kind of person. People are coming to me and asking me, what do I do? I need help. I want some understanding. I know you guys are tired. You have to be, because of what I just said a second ago. You're absorbing, you're taking on, or you may be trying to play that role of, I'll push my grief to the side for a moment, my disappointment, my hurt, and I'm going to go help this person because at least it takes my mind off what I'm dealing with. Okay. Make sure you pay attention to your body. Ian Van Sant says pain is an acronym for pay attention inward now. If you're tired, if you're physically exhausted, you walk from one end of the house to the other and you're just like, oh my goodness, my legs feel like they weigh 100 pounds each. You've got headaches. Pay attention to those signs that your body is giving you. Muscle tension. Let's see, what else? Just feeling like, things are just your body is out of sorts. You're like, I don't know exactly what's going on with me. I have no reason to, I don't feel sick, but I don't feel 100% well either. Make sure you honor yourself, acknowledge it. And please, 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 to all my helpers out there, to all my healer friends, try not to take on everybody else's heavy energies, heavy feelings, heavy thoughts. Give yourself some distance for a minute. Because what you don't want is for emotional pain to turn into physical exhaustion. And that's so easy for us empathic and highly sensitive people to do. So making sure you acknowledge your emotional overload, any type of physical fatigue. And the last one is decision paralysis. Making sure you are not making huge, big, life-altering decisions when you really are in this state of, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's best for me to do. This is where having a supportive and safe community comes in, because you want to be able to have a safe person that you can say, look, I can't really get my thoughts together right now. Can you handle this for me? And then reserve your brain power, your energy for the smaller, easier decisions to make. You don't have to do everything alone. And I hope you never have to do everything alone. But give yourself the gift of delegating whatever it is you feel like you can't handle in that moment to safe people, to people who are there for you. Because if you're in a community like I am, I guarantee you, if I were to say, I need help, I need somebody to help me through this, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do it, I know that I would have 10 people right now that would come and say, don't worry about that, Shanita. You just figure out what you need and we'll handle everything from A to Z. And you know, that feels so good. But that's the power of being a part of a loving and compassionate community. Everybody freezes up. Everybody is right now out here in the world trying to figure out, what do I do next? What does all this mean for me? And yesterday when I was speaking online, I was sharing with everyone that if you don't know what to do first, always just sit still and go back to your breath. Go back to your sacred breath. And just allow peace to be still. And in those quiet moments, you're going to hear these gentle whispers on what is a good move to make next. I know it's scary. I know the uncertainty of it all. And you just don't know what the hell to do. You're feeling disappointed because you're like, how can this be? Like, this can't even be real. And it's okay to feel that way. It's totally understandable. But just make sure that if you can't have a gentle way forward for yourself, you have safe and loving people around you that can help you with that gentle way forward. The great thing is you get to figure out what that means for you. How do you best handle emotional overload? Are you making sure that you're paying attention to your body's physical cues and the physical fatigue that you may be feeling? Are you honoring that? Are you getting your deep rest? Are you getting substantive rest? And the next thing for us empaths and highly sensitive people to watch out for would be making sure that if we are in a space of decision paralysis or decision fatigue, that we have a safe community of people or one person, whatever it is, around us that'll help guide us, to give us that gentle way forward. To say to us, I know this sucks right now, and I know you're struggling. Here, let me take over. Let me lighten your load. As I know that you are that person for so many other people. You are so wonderful at being that beautiful guide and support system for other people. You probably don't even know how many people consider you in that way. It's probably hundreds of people. Now make sure you allow that level of support to come back to you and to take advantage of it. A, you deserve it. Two, you're human. And three, it just makes your healing so much better when you accept the help that you so lovingly and freely give to others. So I just wanted to make a quick video to help support everybody through this. Hey, Fatima, how are you? Loving blessings to you too, friend. I hope everything's well for you in Canada and the weather is doing good. And I just really appreciate you being here and being supportive. And grief is a hard thing to deal with, as we all know. I'm not sharing anything revolutionary with you all this morning, but I just want you more than anything to know that as that big-hearted person, as that empathic person that you are, because you're able to feel so deeply, because you're able to connect to other people so deeply and in meaningful ways, I want you to protect yourself and make sure you know that, oh, I'm glad that you're okay up there. That's awesome. I just want more than anything that you guys know that those things can um, work against you if you're not aware of how it works against you and what you can do. Because that big heart of ours, it's one of the things I admire most about myself. But to be honest with you, it's the one thing that I have to protect the fiercest about myself. And it took me a long time to get there because I kept getting stung by that bee so many times that it almost made me just want to say, look, forget this big, beautiful heart of mine that I have. I'm going to start being a bitch to everybody. And then you come across people that help show you a gentle way forward and show you that that big, beautiful heart of yours is wonderful, but it's okay to protect it. And when you start learning how to protect it and honor it, it's these things that we're able to do as empathic and highly sensitive people. It's a gift. It's a superpower. And when you learn how to protect it better, boy, you feel that much more powerful. See, Fatima says, we live one day at a time. Keep on sending blessings and love out there. You are so right. And thank you so much. I really appreciate that. We are living one day at a time. And that's why I always want to acknowledge whatever feeling we're feeling, acknowledge it and allow it to pass through us. Because when we dismiss it or discount it, it only grows stronger. And then when we're ready to deal with it, it may come out of us in a not so nice way, or it may come out of us in a way that doesn't serve us or doesn't serve whoever else may happen to be around us. So please be gentle with yourself. It's okay not to know the answers to anything right now. It's okay to be in a state of uncertainty, doubt, confusion, hurt, disappointment, all that. It's okay. But make sure you're protecting that big heart of yours, because our instinct is to get away from ourselves and what we're dealing with and immerse ourselves in somebody else's story or somebody else's pain and hurt. So just be mindful of that. Be loving towards yourself. And then one of the things I want us to think about in the coming days and weeks is to redirect and refocus that energy towards, what am I doing or what can I do? Let me make sure I get the question right. Ask yourself, what's the smallest step I can take right now that feels manageable? What's the smallest step I can take in this moment that makes my life feel more manageable? Because while we're out here trying to figure out these things up here in the air, it's the things that are closer to us. My breath, I have control over that. I have control over how much of my thoughts that I'll allow myself to spin in. My feelings. I'm going to connect myself to the power of community. And we're going to hold each other's hand. We're going to encourage each other. And we're going to be there for each other. Because sometimes you find out the monster that you fear really isn't as big as you think it is. The monster that you fear really isn't as big as you think it is. You begin to realize just how powerful you really are. You begin to notice just how powerful you are. So think about that first small step that you can take in your life right now that makes life for you a bit more manageable. I love you guys. I'm so grateful that you came today. I hope this helps. Make sure you take care of that big, beautiful, empathetic, compassionate heart of yours and reach out if you ever need to talk because I'm here for you, friend. All right. Bye. Bye, guys.